Hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to Comeback versus Debut. I'm Montblanc, a Gen 2 K-pop veteran who's been out of the loop for over a decade. In my journey to get to know the modern scene, I started a series where I check out the latest and also first music videos from modern K-pop artists that I'm trying to get to know. Today, that group is BABYMONSTER. I gotta be so for real, when I came up with the idea for this format, I was kinda butthurt about Choom having already been released, and I figured I'd have to wait a really long time to check out their debut Batter Up, if I wanted to save it for a Comeback versus Debut episode anyway. Well, Baemon provides, I guess, so we're checking out Sugar Honey Iced Tea, and I'll finally get to see Batter Up. Before we jump in, I want to let you know that I've got a fun project for all the BABYMONSTER fans coming next week, the details of which I'll announce in my Saturday upload, which is also a Baemon reaction. Hope to see you there, but for now, let's jump into these videos. Of course, the algorithm decided to serve this up to me like immediately when it was released, so I've just been seeing it sit in my suggestions until I had a chance to film, and it's been driving me nuts. Okay, Sugar Honey Iced Tea.
Who be sipping on this? I do. I'm the. I'm the sugar honey iced tea, and you know it. I'm the sugar honey iced tea, and you know it. Ice, 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 and you know that I'm the coldest. I'm the sugar honey, I'm the sugar honey. I'm sweet just like some ice cream, milk chocolate icing. My life looks like a pipe dream. I know, I'm so enticing. I make them lime green, temperature rising. Let's go. 난 부드럽게 너를 녹여버리지. Stop, make no mistake. Hit the stage, baby, in the same drop. I'm going in, 우리 무대 위 queen monster melody. I'm the sugar honey iced tea, and you know it. I'm the sugar honey iced tea, and you know it. Ain't no other baddie like me, yeah, you know it.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
I'm the sugar honey iced sugar mama, don't do the.
It's like so much fun and also incredibly shocking that they're constantly able to completely come out of left field. You know, like I had no idea what to expect going into this, and it's so much fun being completely surprised every single time. Wow, they're so cool. Also, this is like totally a summer bop. Couldn't you just imagine listening to this in the club and just like losing your shit? So cool. Also, I love that part where they like start fighting and then the girls are just like continuing to dance as though nothing is going on. Like, I don't know what they're on, but anyway.
Drama just at the comments like yeah. To wanna don't
Nice.
don't get the wrist of water that yeah. Tell me what you know about this. When I get like me, you wish comes naturally. I know the mad at me, cause they know I'm that.
Oh, awesome.
I'm sweet just like some ice cream. Milk chocolate icing. My life look like a pipe dream. I know, I'm so enticing. I make them lime green, temperature rising. Let's go. 난 부드럽게 너를 녹여버리지. Stop, make no mistake. Hit the stage, baby, in the same drop. I'm going in, 우리 무대 위에 queen monster melody. I'm the sugar honey iced tea, and you know it. I'm the sugar honey iced tea.
What the fuck?
Ain't no other baddie like me, yeah, you know it. I'm the sugar honey iced tasty. Yeah, I got you coming back crazy. I give you a
It's a cool skirt.
baby. Tell me what you think about that. I'm the sugar honey iced tea. You know it. Sugar honey. I'm the sugar honey iced tea. You know it. Sugar honey. I'm the sugar honey.
Wow.
Sugar honey.
Wow. This is an amazing pairing with Choom. That one has like a building hype, and then this one just starts off like such a strong and powerful. They look amazing. And it's like simple, but I think that for summer bops specifically, you don't really need to think about it too much. You just need good vibes, and this is filled with them. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. Wow. Love this. The color grading in it is amazing. And also how prim and proper it is. And then when they like switch over to people with their like eyes bugging out. What a fun video. Wow. Fun video, fun song. Amazing group. What more can you ask for? Wow. Way to go. Way to go. And I can't believe they like continuously raise the bar. To that effect, let's actually see where the bar started. Okay, so batter up. Another one where I have absolutely no idea what to expect, but considering like the trajectory that I've seen from them, are we gonna see something like a little bit more typical debut, or is this going to be completely out of left field as well? Oh wow. This definitely fits their like branding and aesthetic. It's cool that they've been so like strongly stamped since the beginning.
I'm on a mission, don't need permission. No matter what, I'm gonna make my own decisions. I'm talking you wanted to. 예쁘고 착한 내가 어떻게 변할지 monster. Remember me, sting like a bee. 굶주린 사자 같은 personality. 니만 뺏고 다른 것은 원하지 않아. I will never do
The little monster horns, that's so cool. Okay, so this came out in 2023, which was only like a few years ago. 2.5. This is unfortunately one of the directions that happens with debuts. They don't have like the strong identity yet because that requires time to sort of like experiment and feel out. It's kind of a YG group making a debut. And you can see pieces of their like telltale charisma in this, but it's really interesting to see them in a sort of like more nervous energy than they get much later on. They've improved leaps and bounds since this. That's wild. I comment on this elsewhere in comparison to some other groups, but YG, maybe it's just with the girl groups. I don't know enough about Treasure yet specifically to make the direct line there, but it almost feels like they're trying to replicate past success. So like, they definitely want to step up and level up things, but like YG is trying to recreate 21 and therefore Blackpink. And, you know, they are their own unique characters because they have so much star power and talent that they just kind of like force you to accept the new narrative. And I think that this is another iteration of that. It's like trying to replicate Blackpink and then Baby Monster, but they are their own artists. They are their own thing. And so they force you to pay attention, and like you start to see very quickly the ways in which they're different than their predecessors, but using that like tried and true formula, at least as a starting point, seems to be a formula that YG has pursued from my perspective. Yeah, because this in so many ways seems like the quote unquote successful era of Blackpink's career, and obviously they're on a completely different trajectory now. Oh my god. She's just so unreal. They have such a youthful energy here. And there's 6 of them. Okay, am I correct in this? Ayan was like not a late addition, but like I think she started after everybody else, right? Because this is like a debut, but then they had, I really don't understand the timeline. It's so confusing. And then they had that like survival show. So how does that play into all of this? I don't know. I mean, it is really cool to see them with such like young and youthful energy. So I'm very excited to be able to see this part of their career, and it's great that they have like this time capsule. From my perspective, this is like the least successful thing that I've seen from them, but it's just because they don't have the sort of same magnetism that comes from confidence, and also, yeah, I guess like here they have a lot to approve. And this is one of the problems with the survival show format, is like there's a lot of pressure on these girls. So like you have these big expectations that you need to live up to, and everybody's watching you waiting for a mistake. So you can't really push too far in any one direction for fear of like quote unquote failure. But obviously like the proof is in the pudding. They have the talent and it's unreal. And considering their career after this point, like they must have caught their stride. So I guess what strikes me the most is that this is 2.5-ish years of development, and to see this much improvement is wild. Something that was occurring to me while watching Batter Up is that I learned recently a lot of the girls who ended up in BABYMONSTER were big fans of Blackpink before they became trainees, or like it's one of the things that inspired them to become idols in the first place. And like rightfully so. And of course, if you end up with YG, and especially like considering how difficult the YG path can be and like how demanding they are of their idols, it must have been so rewarding or like validating in a way to have a concept like this for the debut, because it does, you know, you can tell that they're trying to iterate on that and trying to like push into a unique direction, but it does like have echoes of Blackpink's identity, and it must feel really good for them to feel like they're a part of the legacy, which they are, that was started so very, very long ago. And then, you know, you end up shortly after debut, they're doing like 21 covers or opening for the 21 concert, and that's an even like stronger legacy. So it is really cool. I'm happy for them that they are able to live their dreams in a way. It's really inspiring that hard work and talent and perseverance can really take you very, very far. And I think that these girls are like absolutely emblematic of that. So Sugar Honey Iced Tea is one of my favorites, and Batter Up was one of my least favorites, but it's really cool to see the development and the way in which they're able to, you can see them come into their own. And a large part of that is them maturing as artists, of course, but they're also growing up. So it's cool to have a record of all of this and to be able to feel so many different types of energy from BABYMONSTER. I'm very, very excited to see more from them. And I don't know. It's kind of hard because you don't want expectations to continue getting higher and higher, because then eventually you're going to be disappointed or let down. So in that case, it's like just better to expect them to be themselves and use that as the bar for every new iteration that they present. Okay, well, that's it for me today. I'm going to pop this into my BABYMONSTER reaction playlist, which I'll link here and then also in the video description down below. And I don't know if you've noticed this, if you've been on my channel, I did also make a playlist for my comeback versus debut episodes, because I do really love this format, and I think it's interesting to see the genesis versus like where artists are in their career in the current moment. Sometimes you get some crazy whiplash. Okay, I did mention at the beginning of the video that I have a special BABYMONSTER project coming next week, and of course the details of that will be announced on Saturday, so hopefully I see you in that video, and if not, I'll see you somewhere else. Bye!